Anime live-action adaptations are notorious for being the only thing worse than Vegeta's hairline, yet after watching live actions non-stop for the last week, I discovered that this statement is completely false. These ones were flawless. Virtually every popular anime has or will have a live-action adaptation. Erased, March Comes in Like a Lion, JoJo's, but only part 4 for some reason. Even Tokyo Ghoul has one, which was still somehow better than the original. Since there have been so many live-action adaptations, we know that to make a great one, there are 3 things that you can't mess up: the visuals, characters, and story. This may come as a surprise to many, but I don't want to watch Goku rizzing up Chi-Chi at a local high school.
Hey, I'm having a party tonight at my house.
I'll be there.
I take it back. Anime are very long, so the writing team must find a way to shorten it by either following the source material religiously but cutting some scenes, or writing a new story but keeping the key aspects of what makes the original so popular. While most people who don't think about it too much would say, just adapt everything faithfully. Except Bunny Drop, dear God, do not adapt that faithfully. The problem with this is, why would I rewatch a worse version of the same story twice, but this time with humans? The only exception I found was Rent a Peak, truly the greatest thing to come from my generation. On the other hand, if you change the story, well, you know the anime community. It's the same thing when the manga changes things about the light novel and the anime changes things about the manga. They send the creator death threats. There's a stark difference between changes made to the source material when produced by a Japanese company and American ones. Japanese companies usually change minor details like giving Eren a cuck dark. American companies, on the other hand, say screw this top-selling garbage. This is now a high school teen flick. Light is now an incel, and his death note is leaving sticky notes saying don't come to school tomorrow. This is when you begin to recognize the main problem with the changes made to the source material. They really suck. His balls are glowing.
Wrong. I have to go. I'm sorry.
I can feel it in my Dragon Balls.
Goku?
The writers will constantly write themselves into corners. If someone needs to escape, they will. If Eren is surrounded, all of the Titans will vanish. And if this random chick needs to find out about the Death Note, well...
Death Note? What is it?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Do you really want to know?
Yes! Light Pussy Whipped Arc is what I needed! The changes made took the charm that the originals had without giving us a good story as a substitution. Death Note was supposed to be an intellectual battlefield, not L saying, fuck it, where's my Glock? I'll do it myself! If you really needed a live action L, just get XQC. He already looks like he's searching for Kira. Characters must stay relatively true to themselves, even if the story changes, to keep some of its appeal. Obviously, there does have to be some changes to make them feel human.
No, I think it's very sad actually. I only mention it because that would make you over 18, which means that if you were to beat me up, which I'm sure you could, it would technically be child abuse.
That is not what I meant. This guy here is Light. L is just a Redditor. It was so bad that Ryuk began begging him to please let me give the Death Note to literally anyone else. The best example of this is probably Beepus Boppus, who turned the cold, mysterious member of the Syndicate into a misunderstood villain with daddy issues who abuses women. And while you may be thinking, finally, a relatable villain, it completely ruins the story. It's obviously important to change certain aspects of characters because you probably don't want to see Onizuka being himself in real life, or if Goku's already an adult, it's probably best that he doesn't go around checking to see if people are females. But what they did to him...
Hey, Goku, don't look now, but there's a hot chick to my right.
God damn it, Goku, I can see. The appearance of characters are symbolic. It lets you know who they are, their goals, and measures their growth throughout the series. That is a grown-ass man. If you're not gonna hire some child laborers, actors, at least retcon their age like they did in Your Lie in April. This is a reoccurring problem in most live actions because in anime the characters are children and women with the tit size of children, but when you take into account the median age in Japan is 48 and the average breast size is non-existent, you run into a bit of a problem. Now, I won't pretend like anime fans aren't gonna throw a hissy fit no matter who they cast, but surely they could have found some blonde wigs for these characters.
I am Goku.
No, you aren't. More like Jesse Pinkman. Which brings us to our next point. They always cast the most Caucasian person possible, unless they're actually white. Then we cast a Japanese person.
口で言ってもわからなければ体で覚えるんだな。
This feels like a poorly directed JAV. one that I would watch. Outside of Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell, Tom Cruise in Edge of Tomorrow, and my goat Willem Dafoe as Willem Dafoe, there are not many established actors who do these roles, which results in some interesting acting. The actor for Piccolo felt so bad about his role in Dragon Ball Evolution, he begged for a small role in Dragon Ball Super for redemption, just to end up playing Zamasu. However, the failure of the live actions isn't the fault of these actors.
Walk with me.
Bro, I saw that, look at his eyes.
What are you
Wait,
doing
watch his
here?
eyes.
I was just about to ask you to
Bam. So he flicked down and
And again.
mostly not their fault. This may come as a surprise, but people don't actually talk like when people talk like this in real life, it's just cringy. If I really wanted people to act like anime in real life, I would just go to a con or TikTok.
You're spy, cowboy, bounty hunter for hire.
Many aspects of anime simply don't work in real life. Resting bitch face can be funny or cute in anime, but in real life, you just look like a bitch. Comedy runs into a similar problem. Since most of the humor comes from the exaggerated animation, it doesn't transfer over well, unless you're Grand Blue. But what if you take an anime that's already ridiculous in nature like Kekaguri and make a live action out of it? It still sucks. Back in 2014, I remember watching Ryan Higa's Dragon Ball Z fight in real life, which somehow still looks better than some of these. The fights always look clanky no matter how well the choreography is done. I mean, in the most anticipated fight of the movie, Goku vs. Bully, these pipes have magical growing abilities. It's impossible to match the hype that you feel when you watch the originals because these fights feel stupid. Remember that scene where Nagisa walks slowly towards his teacher, but you could feel he was ready to kill at any given moment? We got this. Many anime fans already hate CGI, but in live actions, it makes everything seem comical. It looks like they're battling paper mache. Just look what they did to my boy! But if they chose not to use CGI, we just get furries. They do occasionally get it right though. Cowboy Bebop had some amazing visuals. Parasites and Bleach's CGI was almost natural looking. The ODM gear in Attack on Titan looked amazing, just not as good as in Fortnite. To be able to clash real life with CGI effectively, they need a Disney-like budget, otherwise we'll continue to get Japanese Ryuk. The music selection in live action should be pretty straightforward, just take what the original used. Now, I don't know if there were copyright issues or budgeting restraints, but we went from to all you gotta do is drink all your milk. All you gotta do is drink all your milk. I'm never gonna be a Soul Reaper. This doesn't mean that there aren't any good live actions. Your Lie in April was probably my favorite one. It cut out the unimportant parts while still maintaining great flow and even copied the original almost word for word. The only change I would make to it would be casting Pan Piano and me. Sure, Kaori was annoying and very not blonde, but you could tell that the actress could really act despite having to act like an anime girl. But then I realized, this is just a K-drama. Kenshin Impact on the other hand had some amazing choreography, great pacing, and only some minor story changes. It was a portrayal of realistic people with no major superpowers, making this also just a K-drama. But this just goes to show that some anime can be adapted if they don't stray away from real life too much, like Monster, The Bible, or Iro Manga Sensei. Yet, I still have hope that a great live action can be made. After all, there's one in development that seems to have everything: casting, budget, and creator backing. Sword Art Online coming soonish. Now, I won't pretend like I didn't enjoy watching live actions because it was almost a comedy in its own stupid little way. But for the future of live actions, they need to decide if they want America to do it and mess up the story, or Japan to do it with their terrible CGI. Either way, we learned an important lesson: that you can't make a bad live action adaptation if you just never make one to begin with. Have you ever wondered what anime girl thighs taste like? I know I haven't, otherwise I'd be talking to my therapist. But do you know what I love even more than anime girls? Free stuff. And now that I'm a Gamer Supps partner, using code LUNAR, you can get free samples with free shipping for the next 24 hours. They also have waifu cups, merch, and VTuber bathwater. Hey Lunar, what are you gonna name your flavor if they give you one? Lunar's Lolly Liquid? Yeah, Lunar's Lolly Liquid. Well, shit.
Yeah, do the prayer or whatever.
Dragon!
Dragon Ball Evolution!